And that kind of holy Dharma, beginning, Thoma Tubutunis, they call beginning virtue, middle virtue, conclusion virtues. That is the root text saying here. Okay, so therefore I think what is this in this book? It is good beginning because at the beginning, when you hear it is trusting, faith is born, etc. Okay, the translator, the root and the commentary. So firstly, we have to hear dharmas. I think the many of the great masters, they are talking about very high value of the hearing dharmas. Hearing dharma and reading dharma is very big different. When you read, may you understood something, but not fully, not correctly, can be, But hearing dharma means someone who really knows, and then someone try to teach, and then someone listen. That is called hearing dharmas. Then, if really authentic masters, when they taught dharma, whatever talk, you get some, at least think, oh, that is correct, that is must be like that. Some confidence, gives confidence and also gives joy and devotion. And of course, joy and devotion depends on how much we have karmic links, like maybe some Hinayanas, if they're hearing Mahayana teachings, they can be, instead of joy, can be maybe something else. But anyway, depends on what kind of you are listening. But when you hear, more Dharma gives confirmation of the devotion, etc. So the devotion is the very high virtue. And devotion is really like to the open of the all enlightenment treasures, enlightenment path of the treasures, opened by the key of the devotion. So these become leg. Then even we learn many things, it doesn't really much, ripening the quality of the Dharma. So knowing and realization, knowing of the genuine Dharma, knowing of the words, those are a little different, okay? Dhamma gave us it. And then, so the beginning, you get the confidence and devotions. So therefore, it's beginning virtues. And the middle, if you think, today they talk about Buddha is something, embodiment of three kayas. How it should be. If you think a little bit about that, that is we call reflection. And that is if you're thinking more about that, and may you really test something. Dharma test, Test, right? Testy or test? Test. Only test. Test.
Yeah.
Dharma test.
The test of the Dharma.
I thought it's test. No test. What is spelling?
T-A-S-T.
Oh, yes, testy, right? Not only test. Okay. Anyway, we are test. And someone who really kind of linked with meaning of the Dharma, then Maharamaja says, Tendi lamji nibi, you find the permanent, find the path of the permanent happiness. So therefore, the person will surely joy also, find the joy. For instance, of the first boomings, not for the first path we call accumulation paths, join paths, and then we call seeing paths. And if you someone who are achieved at the seeing paths, then the joy is, immeasurable. Joy is like something that we call, I think Satombo Radgava's name of this booming is called the perfect joy or something, even more joy. So like that's why he says you will find particular joys. So therefore, he says middle is also virtues or perfect. And then once we have little kind of tasted of the dharmas, then what? Then we need to really meditate. So this called hearing wisdom, reflection wisdom, and meditation wisdom. Wisdom of meditation. So that gambit then genuine wisdom, like seeing path, it has to come through the meditation. So therefore, meditation we call also joint. Before the seeing path, we call joint path. It's like really, that meditations like your mind and genuine Dharma put together. So here also Mahavira says the one who meditated this and will perfectly wisdom arise. And therefore that practitioner will totally permanently abandoned of the samsara. So therefore I think this Samageva is called good at the end. He says good at the end. And he used good. Somebody use virtue, but of course I understood that virtue is something like Christian also use, right? Maybe that's why I think they use many of translations. They try to nowadays use, like new words than Christians use something. They are trying to use different. I guess he is also one of those. Oh, so then anyway, then the word they says the beginning good, middle good, and good. This is called three goods or three virtues. And then Mahavira says these are the can be also like beginning virtue of the ethic, middle virtue of the meditation, and conclusion virtue of the wisdom. That means three trainings. Or then hearing, reflection, meditation is three wisdoms. So many of greatest masters, they say the hearing wisdom is very important. Tupa maring mese demings. And how could say that the Indian great master says that hearing is the remove of the darkness of the lamps, And then great Sajapendra says, if you don't have hearing wisdom and try to make meditation and reflection is something that someone who has no arms try to climb on the mountains. Is that possible? Maybe that is not possible, right? Climbing? So that was the Sajapendra used. To this tuberculosis. Just joke. Maybe not tuberculosis, but he used these words, okay? Who have no hearing wisdom and try to meditation is other like who have no arms and try to climb on the mountains or rocks whatsoever. So that means you have to falling down one point, some point. Either you cannot climb or if you climb then just you falling down. So therefore hearing is important. And then when the hearing means, then there is teacher, there is teaching, there is sangha, and so on and so forth. However, this we call three virtues. Okay, so these are also the beginning, the hearing is important. And middle, the reflection is important. And then the end, really meditation is important. So therefore, I think in instructions, the great master saying that first, the teacher who really teach you, that teacher is very important. And middle, the teacher is the book, and that is your teacher. So that book is important. The end is that your mind is teacher. So you have to hold your mind, and that is the important. So this kind of, there's one after another, so very important. We have to use our own mind as teacher. Otherwise, you cannot following all the time someone, Even you have enthusiasm. Your body will clap one day, and your money will be earned one day, and so on and so forth. But at the end, our mind, we have to really, take as our teacher. Am I doing good? Is this virtue? Am I really behavior is perfect? Is this correct with Dharma, and so on and so forth? So, okay, why I'm training here is that Mipham says here one word. This is really important. Nyamlen has to be according to the moment. I have to read this, okay? Done that way. Good of the beginning. Presentation which according with the stage of the path and the principal stage of practice is particulars. What mean that? Principal stages of practice is in particular. So anyway, that either of the here only saying is that you can like these three virtues: beginning, hearing, reflection, meditation, or ethic, samadhi, wisdom. You can use any of these. Depends on who you are practice, and that is just examples. Then practitioners, we can use different ways also, as I mentioned of this master saying that teacher, book teacher, the on mind teacher. This is also you can use